And we're back in it because my friend is actually gonna be gone, so it's just gonna be me and the game. So here we go. Load. I'm gonna make sure I can keep an eye on my own thing. I don't know why it shows that as my thing. I gotta change that at some point or something. Okay, let's get back into this. I stopped because I thought that my friend was like, I don't really want to do this because I can't focus on it, so it's okay. And Natalia and Gregor head to the bedroom to consult the map. Ryan and Karen are still hanging around. Unfortunately, in life, you can't make everyone happy. When given a choice to speak to a character, choose wisely. You can only select one of them. Try to max out your bond with certain characters for unique dialogue scenarios. Which one would you like to talk to? Mariah, honestly. I page you through some of the books in the bookshelf. I could have saved it there. Damn it. Hold on. Load. I'm just going to start from here. That way I can save from there. Okay, now save game. Another option. There we go. Okay, now I'll go with Mariah. There's paging through some books on the bookshelf. You walk over to her. There are some great books here. Which one is your favorite? The romantic one, the crafting one, the scary one. I don't know. This is another option thing, so save game. Here. Back. Let's just start with the first one. Oh, yeah? I read a few random pages. Pete seems pretty melodramatic. Why is everyone crying all the time? He shrugged. Maybe the ending redeems it, but from what I've read, this book is hot garbage. Mariah looks pretty disappointed in your answer. Damn it, no. Hold on. Stop. Yes. The crafting one. Oh, me too. Metallurgy is so interesting. I'm curious about what alloy composition our cauldron is. I haven't seen one like this before. Anyway, great choice. You think Mariah will remember that? You think. Yay! Woohoo! Relationship up. Didn't know you were so smart. Let's talk again later, okay? You start to blush a little bit. You hear a cheer from the other room. Sounds like the two are wrapping up their meeting. Gregor and Anatoly come back from their meeting. Gregor is blushing slightly. Hey, can you cook something while we're out? You nod. Thank you. Alright, everyone, we have our route now. Let's beat those rain clouds. Grip leaves determined as ever. You have the cabin answers. What's that noise? Sounds like it's coming from the kitchen. The heck? What is that? Not radio. What's going on with the radio? You didn't even notice it on the ground when you walked in. Did somebody leave this radio here? It looks newer than anything you've ever seen. Seems to be broken. Better hold on to this. You got the strange radio. What? What is this? Before you cook dinner, what should you check out? Oh god, it's another one of these. Save. Can I actually? I want to see. Hold on, please. Tell me I can go into the basement. Your imagination runs wild, staring at the basement door. You try opening and closing the deadbolt just in case. You mill around until the others return. No, 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 no. We're doing something else. Do I want to look around the bathroom, bedroom, or inspect the kitchen? Let's start with the top. You have nothing better to do, so you decide to talk to the cuteness. Noises in the store. Hold on. Options. I've got to turn down the. I'm pretty sure that it's this, and their voices are so loud. Back to game. Hello, Cabbage. Good to see you again. It's that you abandoned us. Why are you trying to fool them? Go ahead and make those meals you enjoy so much. Raspberry. No thanks. I'm not good at voices. I already can't remember which ones I've done. That vegetable stew? Gross. You already stunk up the cabin last night. Spare us a repeat. Onion. It almost smelled as bad as you, Stinky. Almost. Aren't you going to give them a recipe, Onion? I guess. Hey, ever notice those four humans don't give you any recipes? They're monsters. That's why you should spend more time with us. Right? Of course. I have the perfect recipe for you today. It will make the kitchen smell nice afterwards, and it will impress dinner guests. The borscht recipe. Interesting. Don't burn down the cabin making it, okay? You nod. Don't be a stranger. Jumpet, mosey out. You shut the door and wait for the others to return. Okay, I like that. That's kind of cool. I got another recipe. Mariah's back early today. Hey, the others are still looking for food outside. Anatoly found some more berries, but nothing that will feed all of us. He's not tell the others, but I'm a little worried about our supplies. I crunched the numbers and we don't have enough food, even with rationing, to last if there's a big storm and we get stuck here. Mariah seems disappointed in your inventory management. Can you try cooking with a little less this evening? You nod. Thank you. You've done such a great job with the meals so far. Why are you looking at me like that? You're very sweet. Is Mariah blushing a little bit? Tee hee hee. Mariah will remember that. Does it mean my relationship went up again? Yeah! Relationship is stronger. Maybe you can teach me how to cook sometime. You nod. Looking forward to it. Hey, you could hold cooking classes here someday. Rudely interrupting a tender moment, the others burst into the cabin. Don't be so down, everyone. We got tons of good berries. Jam is so bland without any sugar. Do you have any sugar? You shake your head sadly. Yikes. Turn that frown upside down, Karen. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? I'm not smiling for you, Gregor. Eek, you missed out. The sunset was tremendous on our way back. Hues of orange, red, even a little purple poking out. Red sky at night, sailors' delight. Red sky in the morning, sailors take warning. So we can expect the sailors' delight tomorrow? That's awesome. You're such an optimist, big guy. We must have walked a few miles today. Excuse me. You could see snow on the tips of the mountains. That rumble sounded like a dying calf. You look from person to person trying to determine who it was. It was definitely Mariah. Mariah, I'd recognize that sound from anywhere. Gah! Guilty. Mariah looks embarrassed, but the group laughs at her honesty. Except for you. You search your mind for something to say, but all you can think of is an old riddle. Ahem. Those who have it do not want it. Those who have it least succeed. Those who have it for too long perish. When you feed it, it gets smaller. What am I? Dust. Try again, big guy. Everyone is pondering the answer. Mariah's face lights up. I got it. Is it hunger? Correct. Yeah, I was gonna guess that. So, what's on the menu tonight, Chef? Bread and jam. You crush the berries in your small mortar and pestle, spreading it onto some crusty bread. You cooked raspberry jam and bread. The bread's a little tough. Gregor, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. But this homemade jam is to die for. Sorry. No, you're right, Gregor. This bread stinks. Mariah. Everybody laughs. You're not sure this could be called a meal. But it got the job done. Everyone thanks you for dinner and heads off to sleep. It's what, day 2, and we're already running out of food? Yeah, I know where this is gonna go, but I'm just curious how and who's going first and what's gonna happen. You go to bed wishing you had more. You have a strange dream. Something is riding on your back, and it's becoming a nuisance. You try to see it in the mirror, but you can't get a good look at it. You try almost everything, but it won't get off. The pain between your shoulder blades is getting worse by the minute. You wander away from the cabin, stumbling by a river to soak your pain in cool water. You didn't want things to come to this, but you've exhausted all other options. You swim out to the middle. Rocks on the bottom cut your feet. You slip and fall to your knees. How do you fall to your knees? You just swam out into the middle. What? You lean back trying to submerge the thing under the waters, but it won't drown, it won't drown, it won't drown. You splash frantically, plunging your head beneath the water. The current takes you downstream. You try swimming to shore, but it's no use. Water fills your mouth and nostrils. After a minute, you stop struggling against the current. As you gaze up at the sky, you feel it leaving your back, drifting into the sky as you sink to the bottom. As you take your last gasp, you see what was on your back staring into your eyes, but you don't even have the air in your lungs to scream. You wake up in a cold sweat. What was that? Woohoo! Wake up! Sorry, you were making strange noises in your sleep. What's going on, Gregor? Did the lightning wake you up? It woke me up. Tried to fall back to sleep, but it's so loud. Let's just get back to sleep and talk about this in the morning. Everyone nods in agreement and gets back to bed. Oh, right. Except for you. You can't fall back asleep. You still have goosebumps from the nightmare. Sorry, I'm cleaning my nose. Karen's snoring is louder than a sawmill. I find it very loud and very distracting. You don't sleep a wink. Everyone is now up and awake in the cabin. You hear the front door open and quickly slam shut. Anatoly sounds petrified. I looked out the door and we're completely surrounded by floodwaters. Looks like sailors take warning was more appropriate for today. What are you smiling about? Maybe it'll clear up tomorrow? You can't steal big guy's optimism, Karen. Why the hell not? That's all he has going for him. Eh. He's also good at chopping wood, though. Knock it off, you two. Mariah, do you think it'll clear up tomorrow? I give it a 27% chance of clearing up tomorrow. Based on what? I was bored stiff, so I read a book on local precipitation levels for the last 20 years in the living room. What? So I read a book on local precipitation levels for the last 20 years. Okay, I read that wrong. I'm like, you've been reading it for 20 years? How? Sounds like you're stealing Anatoly's thunder. Anatoly, you're a book nerd, right? Why didn't you read it? It couldn't make it past the cover. Is that right? Yes. A bookshelf has some great books on artisan crafting, natural sciences. Why let them sit there gathering dust? How did you arrive at 27% chance of it clearing up tomorrow? It's easy. Take the time of year, multiply it by a factor of... Mariah begins explaining meteorology to you. She isn't dumbing any of this down. It's similar to... where... So the first thing you need to understand, minutes of explanation feels like hours. You look over at Anatoly. He's listening intently to Mariah. So intently, he hasn't blinked yet. You can see his eyes drying up. Tear rolls down one of his cheeks. This is brutal to watch. Mariah finally wraps up her lecture. She ends with a bow. Nobody claps. Tough crowd. Mariah, that was awe-inspiring. You lost me a few minutes in, but it's okay. I didn't understand a word of it. Yeah. Anatoly turns to you. Anyway, there's no telling how long this will last. We can't leave the cabin unless the floodwaters stop. I know our food situation is a little tight, but I know you'll make the right decisions. I believe in you. Me too. It looks like we have enough leftover berries for more bread and raspberry jam. I'll pass on the jam, just give me more crusty bread. Everyone laughs, except for you. Am I just like this emotionless prick who doesn't do anything? With everyone chained into the cabin, you need to keep everyone fed and happy. You sneak out into the kitchen while everyone's still talking. You get out some crusty bread and get to work making some more jam. With the kitchen to yourself, you decide to check on the trompettes.
Hello!
Hey! Don't worry, as leader of the trompettes, I'll make sure none of the humans knew about us.
Onion!
That big guy would try eating me like an apple. So definitely don't tell them about us. Uh, are your plans going awry? Oh, he's got a deep voice. Got another cornbread classic for you. Oh yeah? Did you hear about the bread maker's bakery burning down? No? Our business is now toast! I shouldn't be laughing at that. That's cringe. Made me laugh. Ah ha ha. That one's been done to death. Yeah. Do you know how raspberry and milk were introduced? You tell her no. Raspberry milk shake. Oh God. You let out an audible groan. Yeah, thank you. At least at least the character gets it. Uh, you know what he sounds like? Um, Emily wants to play. He sounds like one of the toys in that. I forget what his name was, but he's like the jester or something. No, the clown. Yeah. Did cornbread teach you that one? Nope. Wasted an entire day thinking about that terrible pun. Well, it was worth the time and effort, Raspberry. Maybe you'll win the annual Chompette Comedy Competition this year. Of course, not while I'm here. I won't choke on the stage this year. I don't know why I'm doing the voice for that. Isn't that every year, Bread? We still talk about that closing line, Bread. You're going to do great this year. You don't have to say anything anyway. Cabbage. Yeah, me too. Anyway, don't even think of eating us if you're hungry. Chop it, stick together, thick thin. Rain or shine. Feast and famine. Potato, I swear to God. Repeat the line or we're locking you up again. Life or death. That's right. Chompette, did they just say they were going to lock him up again? Move out. That was interesting. Chompette somehow managed to close the drawer on themselves. No kidding. You bring the crusty bread and jam into the living room. Aaron interrupts you as you bring the food. Took you long enough. Karen looks at the 2 slices of bread left in the mason jar of raspberry jam. There's mold on these last 2 slices of bread. Karen is right. What the hell is the matter with you? You grip the knife tightly in your hand. You think this is enough for 5 of us? Wait. We can't throw this bread away. It's all we have left. Gregor's right. Anatoly, will mold spores give us food poisoning? I'm, no scientist. Sorry. Let's pick off as much mold as we can. We can't leave with floodwaters, so this will have to last us another day. Everyone grimly nods, ripping apart their piece like a pack of wolves. Gregor seems to unhinge his jaw and eat it in one bite. He looks like a duck eating bread. What? Thanks again. Bread and jam isn't much of a meal, but it's more than we had when we left Ukraine. Plenty of rainwater outside, so at least we don't die. Wait, Ukraine? They're from Ukraine? Okay. Okay, just like ahead of time, if Ukraine in this game has anything to do with this game or any lore in it or anything, I do you understand that this is made like on a completely other concept and whatnot? And just looking at their clothes, honestly, I'm gonna say that this is like an older style fashion from like way before what's going on now. So I'm assuming this would be during an earlier time period, actually. Plenty of rainwater outside, so at least we won't die of dehydration. But until the storm is over, nobody should leave the cabin. Should clear up if we just give it a chance. Anatoly, where are you getting that information from? One of the books on the bookshelf about the climate here. You're illiterate, so that is definitely a lie. I've seen him reading. Little guy's been studying. I'm serious. He pretends to read those books because he wants us to think he's smart, but I can tell he's just staring at the page, faking it. What do you think? Ah, God, another choice. Okay, save here, back. I'm gonna be nice. Anatoly can read. I saw it with my own two eyes. You must be going blind then. Eh, thanks. I don't know why Karen would make something up like that about me. You aren't fooling anyone, Anatoly. Karen has stormed off. Good. I don't want a Karen in my house right now. Thanks for backing me up. Your relationship is stronger. That's with Anatoly, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yay! Good to have someone so positive around. Anatoly looks relieved. You think he'll remember that? I guess let's call it a day. Yeah, sure. Everyone shuffles off to their sleeping areas. 10 minutes later. Oh, hey. Karen likes to find somebody's weakness and use it against them when she's frustrated. Just wanted to thank you for backing me up earlier. You're very sweet to do that. And Tali looks at you with a look of admiration. Heh. See you tomorrow. And Tali looks like he's blushing as he walks away. You're definitely sure Anatoly will remember that. Oh, two in one go. Yeah. Your relationship is stronger. You get ready for bed and put a blanket on. You go to bed very hungry. Day 3 to 4, right? You don't dream the entire night, but you sleep through everyone waking up. And that's how fast the deer could run if startled. Whoa, incredible, impressive, yawn. I wish we had a deer here. With that food getting lower, let's just skip today's meal. No. It's only for one day. Various cultures and religions have practiced fasting throughout history. That doesn't make us feel any better, Anatoly. What options do we have if our food wasn't rationed properly? Yeah, not my fault. I just cook. Anatoly leaves, mumbling to himself. So passive-aggressive of him. Everyone goes to separate area. Carrie in the bedroom, Gregor the living room, Mariah kitchen, and Anatoly in the bathroom. Who do you want to speak to? Great, another choice thing. Come on. I want to talk to Mariah. I want to get that relationship growing for this game. I want to see where that goes. Oh, didn't hear you coming. I was just double checking if there was any food we might have missed. But I couldn't get the drawer open. Could you give it a try? You nod. Great. Well, you go do that. I'm going to get some more reading done. While you go do that, I'm going to go get some more reading done. You think Mariah will remember that? Yeah! 3! That music's kind of uplifting, like da 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 da. Later. You give the drawer a hard yank and open.
Hello!
Cabbage! Is the thunderstorm keeping you up at night? You just need to roll with it. Oh, shut up. Raspberry whispers so quietly you lean over to listen to her. We need to talk soon. Please listen to me when the time comes. Anyways, please don't let the others see us.
Cabbage!
That's right, Raspberry. Part of being a champion is secrecy. Oh boy.
Cabbage!
We wouldn't want those humans to overhear our meetings now, would we? You shake your head. Good.
Hoo-hoo!
Trumpets, roll on out. You shut the drawer. Oh boy, everyone looks pretty down this evening. I wish the rain would just stop. We're all doing great. We must all be almost to the end of this nightmare. I'm so hungry. Me too. You are too. You wish everyone a good night and get ready for bed. You go to bed with a growling stomach. Wake up. I said, wake up. The rainfall is nonstop again. Did you have anything to do with this? You don't answer her question. Tch, always thinking with your stomach, right? You should reconsider. It might save what little humanity you have left. That's allowed. At least I tried. I won't have a guilty conscience by the end of this. Go back to sleep, monster. What? Wait. You easily forget about Raspberry's conversation. You have a strange dream. A boy is yelling at you in the kitchen. You keep telling him to lie down on the tray, but he keeps shaking his head, calling you names. So you do it. You lie down on the tray and make your body as flat as a board. You show him how it's done. His anger turns to courage, and he pushes you into the oven. As the stench of burning hair fills your lungs, you see him sneering back at you. You wake up in a cold sweat. Whoa! I barely got to see that. I know that I can see that in like the extras and stuff, but I don't really want to exit right now. I kind of just want to get through the game and like see what's to come. I have the new Lego Star Wars, and I don't know if I'm going to stream that or if I'm going to just play that for fun. Everyone seems to be sleeping in later than normal. Their stomachs must have kept them awake all night. The rain is still pouring outside. You can barely make out the trees from the windows. You're stirring with blankets, arms, and legs. Mariah looks petrified. I couldn't sleep. Anatoly has bags under his eyes. The storm is too loud. Karen looks out of it. Kevin was creaking so much last night it sounded alive. Gregor looks a little gaunt. Out of everybody, like, Karen looks the worst. Mariah doesn't really look any different than she does when she just looks like scared or something. Yeah, I can see my brain just died. Ah! I got a good look out the window and couldn't see anything due to the rain. Great observation, Gregor. I was so hungry last night, I kept pacing around my bed. Karen turns to you. When is this going to end? I checked outside the door again. Floodwaters keep rising. Unfortunately, we're going to need to stay put unless one of us wants to drown in rainwater. As soon as the weather lets up, we'll be able to scavenge for supplies. How close is the nearest town? I don't know. Didn't you have a map on you? I think I dropped it while we were running after Gregor. I'm sure it'll show up eventually. Mariah and Anatoly go white as a sheet. Oh boy. How are we going to find our way back now? Well, we'll have to ride out the storm. Mariah looks at you. We're down to our last slice of bread. I don't know how much longer we can put off eating. The group stares at you. It will clear up in no time. Maybe you're right. The group looks worried. They all gravitate to an area. Oh, here we go again. Gregor's putting on fake optimism. And Mariah is having trouble. Which one do you want to speak with today? Oh, only two of them. Save game, page 2. I still want to do Mariah because I want to build that up. Brr. It's cold as hell over here. I'm surprised Gregor isn't freezing to death at night. How does he do it? You explain to Mariah how the size of a person and fat content determine how warm they are naturally. Yeah. Wish I was as big as Gregor. But to be honest, I don't need to be that tall to make a difference in the world. Do you know what he wanted to do for a career? Mariah does her best Gregor impression. Split firewood and gaze at the stars. How boring is that? Depends on the person, but pretty boring. You're so funny. Thanks for coming in and chatting with me. Mariah blushes a little. You make it easier to pass the time. Thank you. You're pretty sure Mariah will remember that. What's with the pretty sure and hopeful and maybe and might and will and possibly? Come on. You thank her and leave the bedroom. Call everyone together. They all look grim. You can cut the tension in the room with a knife. Everyone is staring at you, expecting the last piece of bread for dinner. You bring it out. Everyone cannot take their eyes off of it. You instruct everyone to take a pinch, and slowly all five of you tear apart like a wishbone. Everyone studies their piece of bread carefully, wondering how long it will last. Karen is the first to eat hers. She chews each bite a few hundred times before swallowing. Anatoly chews it cautiously, opening his mouth once he finishes each bite. Mariah nibbles on it silently, eyes wide, moving from person to person, and Gregor just pops it in his mouth like a cherry. It was gone in an instant. Jeez. The group thanks you awkwardly. It's not much, but you've run out of options. You wish everyone good night and get ready for bed. You go to bed starving. I already know where this is going to end up going, and they're going to require to like search for food or something, and we're not going to be able to do it. Someone's going to have to go out. But I do not want to send Mariah. I want to get rid of Karen because she's a complete and total a-hole. Good morning. Excuse me. Morning. Let me check if the rain has stopped. You can hear it. It's still flooding. What are we going to do? Humans can live about 2 to 3 weeks without food. Water isn't a concern. Rainfall should end in a day or two, right? Actually, precipitation can occur for more than 215 days a year here. But do you really think it will rain that long? Anatoly, it's been days already. What makes you think it will stop soon? Yeah, relax everyone. Let's see how long we can ride this out. Fingers crossed it's done by tomorrow. Panic is slowly creeping in. Everyone's looking scared. But you need to survive. Karen and Gregor begin to discuss next options. Do you want to speak with Mariah in the kitchen or Anatoly in the living room? Oh my god, another choice. Talk instead about everything you've done wrong and how you've doomed everyone. What? I'm going to speak with Mariah. I've always got this relationship out the bag. Hey, Mariah looks relieved to see you. Yeah! Your relationship is strongest. I haven't built a relationship with anyone else. But, oh well. How are you holding up? Gosh, another freaking save game. This. Golly. You know what? I'm going to go with better question. How are you holding up? Not very good. That's very sweet of you to ask. Mariah looks at you intently. She gets a little closer to you. I noticed you didn't use any meat while cooking. Usually I have to pick it out of the foods the others make. But you respected that. Thank you. Mariah is looking at you with admiration. I need to speak with Gregor for a minute, but thanks again. Oh boy. You're definitely sure Mariah will remember that. Well, that's good. Wait, am I starting the relationship over or something? Why? Did I build that up for nothing? You decide to check out the drawer again. You ask Potato where the others are. They'll be back. They wanted to explore the labyrinth of tunnels around the cabin. I'm just going with the sound of the background music right now. Surely you've seen the mouse holes, right? They connect all over the cabin. Must have been some mouse that created them. Or something worse. Anyways, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Things are going to get worse from here on out. You have a feeling Potato is telling the truth. You realize some drool is leaking out of your mouth. Disgusting. Don't even try to eat me. You just get deathly sick if you tried. And from the look of you, You need to retain all the water you can. From rationing to cooking, you failed every common sense measure for basic survival this week. You knew something like this would happen, right? Never mind. With floodwaters rising and no food now, I think it'd be a great time to go over the fundamentals of starvation with you. When experiencing starvation, there are four factors that will determine if you live or die. This is just building up to be extreme. Age, height, weight, and your degree of activity or inactivity. Makes sense. You've been especially lazy, so I think you'll survive a little longer than the others. The Harris-Benedict equation can help you figure out how many calories you need to simply maintain your current weight. The equation produces a number called the basal metabolic rate, or BMR. Stay with me here. BMR equals 655 plus 4.35 times weight in pounds plus 4.7 times height in inches minus 4.7 times age in years. Got it? For fun, let's try it out on someone here. Mariah. Using Harris Benedict, she looks like she's 120 pounds, about 5 feet 5 inches tall, 20 years old. Crunching the numbers, I think she'd need about 1,388 calories a day. But that's being abnormally stationary. She'd have to lay in bed all day and night, just eating, breathing, and using her brain. Not very common when you're starving to death. People tend to get up more. If she was being very active, let's say swimming through floodwaters, we need to multiply that 1388 calories by 1.9. So now she needs 2,638 calories per day. What's with the math in this? Come on. I hate math. I hate math. That's quite the difference, especially if you didn't ration the food properly, which you didn't. I guess that wraps up our first survival lesson. Hopefully, we'll never have to speak again, okay? You shut the drawer, going over the numbers again. I don't think any of us can take it much longer. Gregor's voice starts to crack. I don't want to ask this, but it's time. One of us needs to go outside and search for food. Everyone is silent. I'll go. Mariah, I used to swim all the time near my house, so I probably have the best chance of swimming through the floodwaters. No, let me go instead. You won't get very far if anything happens to your glasses, Anatoly. You're blind as a mole rat, remember? That's true, but... Little guy, let me go. Gregor, I. Sounds good to me. Karen, his arms are definitely the longest, so he's probably the best at climbing trees out of all of us. No, that wouldn't be right, Gregor. Let me go instead. I get that none of these options are good ones, but we need to find food for help. Gregor grabs a branch from the woodpile. He cuts it into different measurements. Since we can't come to a consensus, let's draw for it. We'll each pick one from my hand. The shortest will go outside to search for food. You're not worried about drawing. You saw Gregor cut the branch lengths. You can tell which is the biggest of the bunch. You pick it. Oh my god, is your character just a a-hole? You watch the others intently. Will it be Gregor, Anatoly, Karen? Will it be... Looks like I've got the shortest. Come on! Mariah, it's okay. No, it's not! This is not okay! I've already been doing part two for about, how long did it say? 38 minutes? I watched the Anatoly forage earlier, so I'll know what to look out for. Just swim until you find higher ground, then scout the area. Maybe you'll find a fish out there. Everyone looks heartbroken. Karen, Anatoly, and Gregor. I'll keep us alive. I promise. She promised. Everyone watches as Mariah leaves the cabin. The silence is deafening. Goodbye. What was the point of, like, any of what I just did? The door shuts behind her. You can faintly hear her yell about how cold the water is, and then silence. Ah, that's loud. I'm sure we'll see her again. The rest of the group nods. Everyone stays up waiting and waiting. The sun is completely set. One by one, each person shuffles off to bed. You get ready for bed and easily pass out. You have a strange dream. The two women in front of you could be twins. One of them you recognize, the other is a guest. You ask the guest to sit on a shovel, and then you try pushing it into the oven. Her legs are so strong you can't get her into the oven. You curse at her repeatedly. Like this, you hiss. You stretch out your legs until your toes are almost sticking in the coals. You feel 4 hands on your shoulders, and both of them push you in. The familiar smell of smoke and burning hair causes you to throw up on the embers. You can't let it end like this. You rip the metal door off the oven, tearing through the wood logs of the cabin. Screaming, you chase the two through the woods. Your burns chill with the wind. You know what this sounds a lot like? Oh, what's up, Eraseretta? How's it going? Just saw your messages. You know what this sounds like? It's like Hansel and Gretel. It's like the Witch of the Woods. Screaming, you chase the two through the woods. Your burns chill with the wind. The guest looks behind her, and her eyes widens when she sees you. She's terrified. Your fury rips trees out by the roots, soil from the ground, rocks from their pits. You've never been this angry in your entire life. Oof. Their stamina can't last forever. You're gaining on them. As you trample through a field of wheat, the guest throws a piece of cloth behind her. You catch a glint of it in the sun, golden. As if by magic, the earth splits in front of you, creating a chasm of fire below. You fall into the pit, screaming as your eyes begin to sizzle from the heat. Hellfire fills your lungs. You're unable to scream anymore. You wake up in a cold sweat. What even was that picture? What? What? What just happened? Wait. What? Okay, I'm gonna end it here. Um, holy crap. Um, title screen. Yeah. Okay, I can already tell I'm not
Whee!
too
Cabbage!
far from anything really going on, but it's late, and I'm gonna just play another game for a while and just enjoy it. I think I may or may not stream Lego Star Wars. I don't know yet. I kind of just want to play that one for fun because that's like childhood for me, and the new graphics and stuff with it are amazing. So, thank you guys for joining me for Cooking Companions Part 2. I did 2 in one day immediately. The first one has a friend commenting with me. Oh my god, what was that? What was that? Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Have a good one.